Hey, it's been a bit. I was on vacation, and before that, I was working on bigger video projects. If you remember that video, Romantic School Days, from my main channel, I was working on a sequel for it. And because that kind of doesn't really fit on my main channel, things have changed with the Pikmin video blowing up. Um, yeah, I've just kind of been working on that. It's kind of separate, but I might upload it to the main channel at some point. It doesn't matter, no one really cares. But yeah, I haven't uploaded on either channel in a while, and it's not a matter of me like not having the ability. It's just motivation, like a good idea. I can't force it, but I can talk about Mario 64 again. I've probably talked about this game before I think I did a 3D Mario discussion, but I played the game again while on vacation, and it's one of my, I think, every time I play it, I grow a deeper appreciation for every single part of it. The way it blazed the path for 3D game design with so many smart decisions, like, you've all heard of a lot of them, but it's just insane while playing the game how much of that is invisible. You only notice the small discrepancies where it doesn't hold up, rather than the million ways it does, and in ways that make it feel ethereal almost. Like it's such a pure expression of game design, and I think that's part of the reason it's so special. I've been trying to put my finger on why, of all games, Mario 64 is so amazing and why I keep playing it. It's very, I think it's just the simplicity of the design and the magic to it all. It's like when I play Mario Odyssey, it's a great game, but I just don't feel it. I don't know how to explain it, but 64 and Sunshine, there's just something so simple about them. It feels like nothing is being compromised. They did Sunshine, there's a lot of problems, but in 64, it just feels like this is they're the perfect version of their vision. Like they weren't able to do everything. They always have ideas on the cutting room floor, but I'm not making sense. I just love this game, and I have no clue why. It's not nostalgia. Maybe it's I think it might be secondhand nostalgia from hearing YouTubers talk this game up for decades. Oh my god. Like, that... It's just Mario, man. Mario 64. There's so many stars that are frustrating and it's all hell to get. But weirdly, something about that clunkiness makes them unique. Like, Rainbow Ride is a terrible level, but I'm gonna remember it way more than I will any level from Galaxy or Galaxy 2, and it's because those games are so smooth. I feel like to make something that, maybe I'm being too overzealous about this, but I feel like Mario 64's shortcomings give it personality in a way that's hard to explain. Like, the ways, it's just kind of charming seeing the game try its best at everything and take all these different stabs. Because even if they aren't the right moves at all times, like even if the camera wasn't perfect and things like the Mario cam, that weird jump kick that you almost never use, things like just vestigial features that were taken out of later games, even things that weren't taken out but are for some reason missing, like things that had serve a purpose but just were only in that game, like having so many like secret levels, like things that were only in Mario Sunshine and 64, like the idea of going through these, finding levels in unique ways. Like, it's not just a level select, there's so many unique ways to find these levels, like shifting sandlands, it's just a wall that you bump into when you're trying to get the rabbit, or Dire Docks, and how it tricks you into jumping into this wall that you don't even think is a level, and then you go in and there's this Bowser submarine. It's crazy. And just so many small things, like the magical feeling of flying with Mario. There's something so just beautiful about just seeing Mario, this character, just this cartoon fun character, just fly around. It's so, I don't know how to explain it. There's just something so charming about it that it's infectious. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it. Like, these renders, like, they're so dorky. Like, look at them. Look at them go. I bought the manual, because I'm a Mario 64 enjoyer. Oh man, everything about this game, I just love it. And I think it might be one of my favorite games, even though it's so flawed, which a lot of people share that opinion. Like, there's so many shortcomings of the game. Like, the controls can sometimes be a little bit off. Turning is a problem. Whenever you turn, there's this, you go in the direction you turn. So sometimes when you're just barely on a ledge, you'll turn and fall off it. But I've learned to adapt to that over time from playing this game so long. There's a lot of things that you adapt to. Like the wing cap's controls, I get better and better at the wing cap every time. I remember when I first played the game, I spent so long trying to get the first wing cap star in the sky, the one that you have to look up at the light for. That, and then I did it again. Well, that was the first time, was in the DS version. Then the second time I did it again, and it was a little better. And this time, it only took me like a few tries, because getting the 8 red coins is so difficult in that. There are a lot of things that took me a ton of tries in the first time I did it, but now it's almost like muscle memory. Like, Rainbow Ride was way easier this time. I got the 100 coin, like, I remember the 100 coin, every star in Rainbow Ride was such a challenge. Like, I'd spend, like, days, like, maybe, like, 5 days, I just got, like, 1 star in Rainbow Ride each day, and it was just a mess. And TikTok Clock, I was able to do way faster. And that levels like that just aren't made anymore. Levels that are made to be frugal, like how Dire Dire Docks is just a submarine. Like, there's not much to it, but it's very interesting how the level is just very basic, and they get a lot out of that. They find unique ways to look at a very simple geometry of the location. Same with Shifting Sandlands and Lethal Lava Land. Lethal Lava Land doesn't have much geometry, but everything in it is interesting, and like it's like a little world. It doesn't look like a level, it just looks like a very weird, blocky world, which I love. Just so many small details about Mario 64 just make it a masterpiece to me. Oh my god, more of these moves. I'm slowly looking through the manual because I don't know. Mario's moves are so fun to use in this game. He has so many great ones, like the long jump, the dive is wonderful, the wall kick, I've gotten a lot out of the wall kick. The side flip, I think the side flip is my favorite. If the way it flows with the game, it makes turning like fast. Like, it all clicks together. It's so connective. This picture of the castle. Oh my god, the game design. I just keep thinking of things everyone's talked about. Like how when you get the first key from Bowser, it doesn't unlock upstairs, and the upstairs that's been taunting you the entire game by just being there locked. It unlocks the basement. 3 caps. I think the caps are cool. The wing cap is clunky but extremely iconic. The metal cap is also iconic, while it's more of a puzzle solving thing. And the vanish cap is pretty much useless, but it's cute, you know? All these, I think a cool thing they could have done is if you get all 120 stars, they could make it so the wing cap never runs out, or something. I think that would have been cool. Like, I could just imagine, like, flying absolutely everywhere on the stages that have the wing cap, even if it's, like, only one in a very specific location. Or maybe they could add it to other stages. That would break the game, but if you already have 120 stars, like, why not? And the Mario Cam. I think they made it better in the DS version, but I literally cannot even fathom anyone using that thing. It's way too close up. Got some advice. Yeah, Mario 64 was the last. There's something a little bit sad about Mario 64 and how, not sad, but it's just weird that this is the last game Miyamoto got to direct. And his people afterwards, he's kind of had this legendary status as a invisible figure in Nintendo history through the GameCube days. He was definitely working on things. You could hear people have talked about the advice he gave during Wind Waker, but he was sort of an invisible hand from there on, and this is the last project, I feel like, where he's so connected to it. And it's the first project on N64. Like, it's kind of sad in that way, and how development just moved on. I don't know. And this style eventually was abandoned, and all the work that they did, and all the cool things are just, I don't know, Mario 64 is unique. They just need to put more weird stuff in for the sake of game design rather than the sake of length or any other thing. Just this things that are just fun. I don't know. Mario 64 is a masterpiece. I've been rambling. I don't know if I even said anything important, any point. I just love the game.